In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to handle literally any objection you get on a sales call with ease, so you can close more deals, sign up more clients, make way more money, and even fly out a little honey to a Tuscan villa in Italy this summer. So let's get into it. My name is Jeremy. I was a high ticket closer for over a year. I've sold well over $1 million of online coaching myself. I've been a sales coach for other coaches, helping them close more deals. They've sold well over 10 mil as well. A lot of them are doing 7 figures now, which is really cool. So I know a thing or two about sales, so let's get into it. So a client that I've worked with before, about a year ago, I helped her build her offer from scratch and taught her how to sell. She's never sold anything before, had zero experience in sales, and had a very kind of analytical mind. So she's a robotics engineer. People skills wasn't really her forte, so to say. If you're watching this, I hope you understand. But anyways, so we kind of had to start from scratch in the sales process. And so she started booking sales calls, getting quite a few on the calendar to get to the point where she'd pitch the offer, and then they'd be like, "Oh, it sounds great, but let me get back to you, or let me think about it," or "Oh, cool." And then she'd just kind of go with it. She's like, "Oh, okay, sounds good. Like, just kind of let me know." They get off the call, and then she would never hear from them again. Sounds familiar, right? Yes, probably. It's happened to me a lot. So learn from my mistakes and the mistakes of some of my clients early on too. So I'm going to kind of teach you how to prevent that, so you can actually just crank up your closing rate by handling objections the right way. And this is going to be kind of an insane universal training as well. Just want to give you the sauce. So let's get into it. She sold her first client. She made her first sale for $7,000 paid in full after I taught her this concept on a one-to-one coaching call. And it's the concept of looping. So I learned this from Jordan Belfort, Way of the Wolf, great book. But essentially looping means like asking for the sale multiple times. So the first time when you pitch your offer, if you have people just say, "Oh, that sounds great. Like, let me get back to you." My favorite line, to be honest, is like, "Totally get it. Yeah, it makes sense. Like, what's your main concern?" And it just opens up the conversation. Super open-ended question. It's not aggressive at all. What most salespeople do is like, when they're handling objections, they try to fight the prospect, try to butt heads with them. And that's the last thing you want to do. That's the absolute worst thing you could do. Because now what that does is it puts their defenses up. Their walls go straight up. And now you're the enemy. You're the opponent. If you think about objection handling like a boxing match, you want to be on your prospect's team. You want to be on their side as the coach behind them in their corner, rather than the opponent in the other corner. Because if you're battling them, nobody wins, right? You want to be behind them and say, "Hey, I'm on your team. I want to help you make the best decision here, so you can actually see the results that you actually want." When you come at it from a place of understanding and empathy, that's how you're going to get them to trust you so much more. Because it's going to sound crazy, actually sounds like you care about them rather than just making a sale. When you do that, you're gonna make way more sales, make way more money. Your coaching starts on the sales call because you're there to help them make the right decision, which is to invest with you if you actually have a good program and you actually know what you're doing. That's kind of part one. Part two is you want to think of your offer like a puzzle. When you pitch the offer the first time, chances are the puzzle's not going to be 100% complete in the prospect's minds. There's probably going to be some missing pieces. When they have an objection or a question or a concern, chances are it has to do with some missing piece from that puzzle. And here's where looping comes in. If they say, "For sure, yeah, it sounds great. I need to think about it. Let me get back to you." Like, "Okay, cool. Like, what's your main concern?" Then they'll tell you, "Oh, it just, yeah, I'm just kind of busy with work and stuff like that." That's kind of on them. If it's something to do with like your product or something like that, they're just like, "Oh, like, I just don't know if I'll be able to make the calls," or like, maybe money's a little tight or something like that. Like, "Oh yeah, I totally get it. Like, what do you mean by that?" And you just start to kind of help them open up a little bit. And then from there, that allows you to handle the objection. As you do, you kind of explain away their concerns using really good analogies and stories or examples of successful clients that also had those concerns. Grab that piece, the missing piece, and you put it in the puzzle. You fill in the blank. After you do that, you ask for the sale again. That's what looping is. Like, "Okay, cool. So now that that's not a problem anymore, and like now that I've shown you exactly like why we built the product that way, so it actually like solves that problem, like, what do you say? You ready to rock and roll?" You ask for the sale again. That's all looping is. Handle the objection and then ask for the sale again. So the client I was telling you about earlier, for her first sale ever, she had to loop. She had to ask for the sale 7 times. A $7,000 paid in full. So they had 7 objections or questions or whatever. She had to ask for the sale 7 times in order to close. And then they closed, they paid in full, because most objections are just a smoke screen. There's something else behind the curtains, or like behind the surface, beneath the surface. That's the actual problem. So that's where you kind of like dig a little bit and figure out, like, bring that to the surface, and then you're able to handle it. So when you approach objection handling this way, your prospects are gonna be way more responsive to your questions. They're gonna be way more likely to really open up and reveal the truth behind the smoke screens. And that's going to allow you to handle the objections, answer their questions, alleviate their concerns, and actually close the deal. Hopefully this helps. If you thought this was valuable, smash the like button for me. I appreciate it. It means the world to me. And let me know in the comments down below if this was helpful. If you like the analogies, if those were good as well, let me know. If you want to see more sales gems like this, let me know, because I've got a lot of stuff up here and I can help a lot of people make a lot of money. So it would suck to kind of hold that back, but I need you to tell me what you want more of so I can make more of that. If you are an online coach, you're kind of stuck between like 5 to 20K a month, you're good at what you do, maybe you make good content, you know how to sell, you made at least 1-2 sales before, you actually want to scale predictably and consistently, I've got this great video on my channel. It's called How I Made 50K in 5 Weeks with a brand new online coaching business. Give it a watch. I break down literally my whole offer, everything I do. And obviously there's a lot more kind of behind the scenes too, but that'll give you a really good idea on kind of like what I do, how I might be able to help you. If you're actually serious about scaling, you want to hit 50, 100K months, look in the call down below because I can definitely help you out. And I don't want to see you struggling anymore, especially if you're watching my content, you're following me. I want to show some love back. So see you in the next video.